Mic check. Cam check. Looks like we're good. Let's bring. There we go. All right. This is it, bro. What happened, Raven? I can't get this new cam stand I got is not happening. We die younger tonight. No, so I kind of messed up trying to continue the trim, I guess you could say. So I had to shave it all off and start all over again, basically. Yeah. But now I definitely look like I'm like, what, 20? 19, 20. Noise, what's going on? Give me 1 second. Let me try to fix my cam. That's the fix. Guess we'll. I mean, that's actually too. Nope. I mean, it's kinda. Mm. It's part of it. Okay. Mewnfare, Fair from Hots. He's online thoughts and by. Okay. Pop in and say hi, especially messages was sponsored by Blizzard. Do baby rag me for saying that. And gave you a 2-week ban out of nowhere, like super toxic. Really? Wow. Really? That's odd. That's odd behavior. I swear, man. Some people like, I don't know, like I wouldn't even call it like an entitled attitude, but more so of like, you know, a complex. I mean, if anything, I mean, I'd be wondering, like, if I don't remember, I'll if I don't remember you, I'll like ask questions, and then I'd be like, I was like, oh yeah, so like from, where was it from, or what game did we play, something like that. But like a straight up ban though, like that's odd. That's a awkward behavior. All right, let's pull up the game. I won't be on for long, but yeah. You played with him on the left. Oh, so yeah, okay. So he knew who you were. So it wasn't even like he doesn't remember. That's so weird. Chaos was going on. Also, swap was happening. Psychedelic. I still don't have my Starless guys, man. I really just wanted to just make sure that someone in my chat kind of proved to me that the push it up on rain actually works. I mean, I knew it would, but like I always like since Starless guys is now part of the equation. I kind of want to make sure that the resource spin is what it needs to be for the new change of the Lucian's crown. That's really it. But haven't found Starless guys yet, so. But yeah, Twitchy, appreciate the follow. But yeah, man, I gotta Raven. I gotta move on from HOTS, like in general. Like, as much as I like playing, it's a huge time sink, man. Like, because you don't just log on to play like 2 or 3 games. Like, you're logging on and then you're playing until you get sleepy and like fall asleep or whatever, right? So I'm gonna ban you. No, it's just like I don't know. Like, I like playing, but then I realize how much free time I have when I'm not playing HOTS or whatever, right? But like, if I have nothing else to do and I need something to bypass the time, like HOTS is perfect. Yeah, exactly. You're going to play 2 or 3 games, next thing you know. Yeah, especially if you go on like a win streak. It's the same way, like if you're on a win streak or a losing streak, doesn't matter. Because if you're on a losing streak, you don't want to end the night on a losing streak, right? But if you're on a win streak, you don't want to stop playing because you're winning. So it's a it's a lose-lose situation. No matter what. You can't win. OM Heartseeker guy, cool. How's it working out for you? I'm gonna ask you finally like transmog. I haven't transmogged all season. This battle is so good, by the way.
You have trained well.
Eric, what's going on? uh, I remember going nuts with this rap battle when it first came out. I don't know if I'm gonna keep the original color or change the color a little bit. Some of these, like this actually isn't bad. Wait, is there any difference between this color and this color? Okay, I mean a little bit. Or the all silver. I might get like a bow that's gonna fit. Say everywhere's good, no complaints. Put your finesse where you possibly later with all the chill and freeze. Nice. Yeah, it's real easy to crowd control once you get to the once you get everything. I like this fits. Don't have much motivation for the season. It feels like if you don't play Paladin or a Bug Necro, you ain't doing much damage. Of course, if you have top gear roll, you'll be fine. But the road there is something else this season. That's fair. That's true. That's very true. I will. Also, too, I mean, the expansion is right around the corner too. So like trying really hard this season. Or going all in, try hard, just doesn't feel like a great use of my time right now. Little Wayne killed this year. I don't way too much care about the sword as much. This looks dangerous enough. I'll keep it relatively simple. Yeah, no wings. What is that? That is a lot. Like, y'all doing too much, transmogs. Alright. We'll leave it at this for now. I'll make some changes later. I just want to do something with my transmog. I haven't done anything all season. Alright, whispers real quick. What we got for whispers? Wait, what's going on? Bug Necro. Dread. Alright, so we got let me check my stash for more keys. We got let's say we got one. Or dungeon one. Is my game lagging? Like, I feel like anytime I'm like in town or whatever, like there's like a ton of lag. It almost feels like it's like lagging my game. Also, Ignition, what's happening, man? Sorry, I didn't see you there. Ask the first whisper. I just want to finish your seasonal journey. Put your boss on T4, T3, T4, ain't happening. Dungeon keys.
Heard they found Erida and the Fane. Such an evil mess. Hello.
Lunch, what's going on? Will we get a Starless tonight? The sad part about Twitch is that like we're gonna experience a lot of the same. I think in the expansion. Like, don't get me wrong, there'll be a lot of good changes happening probably. Well, not probably, but you know, some exciting, you know, changes happening or whatever. But we all know that the Warlock is going to be OP. Like, or overtuned. Like, obviously. They might actually bring the Paladin, you know, kind of in line with some of the other classes just because it already had 2 seasons of being overtuned on purpose. But, I do think that Warlock is gonna get his couple of seasons worth of being obviously stronger than all the other classes. So you're gonna kind of feel somewhat the same way going through all the new torment tiers going into the expansion, where like Warlock gets there on day 1, like the hardest difficulty on like day 1, while the other classes are like kind of have to, you know, do the regular progression, which that part is fine. I think, you know, slow progression is fine, but you're gonna have a lot of people be really angry about watching Warlock do whatever it's doing when their class can't do, you know, such and such. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna happen. Like, I mean, it's not even like a might or a maybe or, you know, kind of, or no, like it will happen. And it's a business decision, basically, at the end of the day. It's not even like a developer's decision where like they're actually trying to do that or that's what they want. It's a business decision because it makes it, you know, money. Make the new class strong. Everybody wants to play it, but you can't play it until you purchase the expansion, right? So I think they need to stop that. It's not just to them. Like, practically all companies do it. Like, all companies do it, whether it's a new gun in the FPS game, you know, that, you know, requires the expansion, or, you know, whether it's new classes, new faction. Like, it's always like that. Like, now some do it more obvious than others. Like, some of them might be like, It might be like, okay, this is a little stronger than the other, and then some, make it blatantly stronger, like obviously stronger, right? Rogue is favored by far, and the class has been solid for a long while, but now it barely makes it. It is what it is. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I actually think, um, what do you call it? Maybe an unpopular opinion, but I honestly think that the progression I've experienced as Rogue is actually what the progression kind of should feel like in general. Like, I don't like the progression that Paladin, the progression that Paladin feels is definitely way off the mark. Like, I feel like as Rogue, I kind of had to work for my stuff, to get to a point where like the bloody stuff actually felt like, where I feel like I can actually do T4 bloody stuff. Now, of course, the whole T7 stuff, different story. Won't even get into that. But I do feel like what Rogue's experience in terms of like progression is actually what the game progression should feel like, in my opinion, across the board. So I don't think that Rogue's power is a problem. It's more, is more so of, the Paladin's, the ability for Paladin to skip a lot of the, that kind of stuff. So, but of course, we like to compare it to other classes, and we want to make sure that we feel strong relative. So, I get why we're upset, or people are upset. I do think that like now when I mean by Rogue, I mean like like the Rogue good builds. I'm not talking about the builds that don't work well, like Rapid Fire and Barrage and Invigorating Strike and Poison Trap and Dance of Night, like all the builds that really need help. I'm not talking about those, right? Like those are just like not tuned well at all. But I mean like your Rain of Arrows, Flurry, Death Trap, your Heartseeker to a lesser extent. Like I feel like those builds progression felt good at this season. In a bubble, that is, of course. Maybe we want to get paid, and I don't know. I can't blame them. I just want to make money. Just vote with eyeballs for whether they're worth it or not. Very true. Well, also too, Ignition. Like the thing is, and I think I say it every stream. A corporation has one job and one job only. It exists in one, like, to do one thing, and that's make money. So if a corporation isn't doing everything it possibly can to make the most money possible, then the corporation isn't incorporating good. if that makes sense. So now of course, like there are like smaller companies that might not be beholding to their shareholders can make, the like at that point can make decisions that better the game versus just pure profits. Like Blizzard used to be that way. That's why we always kind of like praise Blizzard back in the day, because I mean not only did they have the talent, because I mean some people at Blizzard still have a lot of talent. Like it's not like all the good people left, but the thing is that like back then they could do almost whatever they wanted. They can wait as long as they wanted to release a game without having to adhere to a certain date. They released it when it's done, which is how you should do it. But they weren't pressured by anyone to really release when to meet a fiscal goal or whatever like that. So like Blizzard did well when they had more control over their products, whereas nowadays they don't, because they became part of Activision and now they're part of Microsoft. So it's like they no longer have that kind of those big say-sos. So whatever makes the most money. And you kind of can't blame. You can't really. Obviously, you can't blame Blizzard for that, but like at the end of the day, you know, that's what it became, right? Can I show you the dumbest thing I just got? What'd you get? What's that, man? You got a Doombringer Crucible? Okay. You got that from the chest? That's crazy. I mean, obviously it's a you know, a spark or whatever, but yeah. You said that's why I play rogue. Love it. Yeah, I don't blame the rogue. I blame the balance. Now, on some other aspects, I do blame the class. I blame the. I feel like the design of the class is kind of piss poor in general. But that's a whole different topic. Like, that's not really about the balance part. That's just about like rogue, like trying to be this whole dual, you know, multi-style, dual class in a sense. Just doesn't really work well in any action RPGs in general, yet alone a fast-paced one. So like the whole idea that like, you know, trying to be an assassin and also a bow class at the same time, or you know, being able to like do both, like just doesn't work well at all, and has not worked well throughout the entire D4's lifespan. The only time that we saw something that was remotely kind of like hybrid was Flurry Rapid Fire, and that was like for one season, and that was pretty much it. How's Blasting you doing the opposite side thing? One strong room, yeah, he had a key. So honestly, I think Rogue should be, in my opinion, I think Rogue should be split. Because we just end up having you're basically half a class if you only care about one of the archetypes. Like if you only care about playing bow rogue or range stuff, then you literally have half a class. And the opposite way around too. Like if you like playing like assassin whatever, then you have half a class worth of stuff. So really, I think Rogue should have just been assassin. Like just all assassin, like I guess just straight up all in assassin, and then just make a different bow class. Is what they should have did. Instead, so therefore we don't, you know, we're not lacking in abilities for each archetype. Because if you think about it, if you like bow rogue and you have 3 force skills, 3. That's it. 3. You have 3 to choose from. Right? If you're like playing assassin rogue, in a sense, you have 2 core skills to choose from. 2. You can throw dancing knives in there, but that's probably that's a little different. But you have 2. You literally have 2 to choose from. Like that's so like, you know, so awful in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And the expansion isn't gonna really help that for the rogue class. Like, that's not gonna change at all. Like, it's not gonna make the rogue feel more robust. Don't get me wrong, I do think rogue will feel considerably better in expansion, but like I think the problem of the, you know, wannabe hybrid class just doesn't really work well, and it will continue to not work well. Like, I'll also give you an example as like in D3, like the Demon Hunter itself, like the amount of skills that Demon Hunters had access to, like Sure, you might not have played as many with the skills because of the whole 6-piece set stuff or whatever, but you had access to a lot of different skills you could play. A lot. And, you know, Demon Hunter was definitely more of a range-ish class. Yeah, it had some melee stuff with Shadow and whatever, but it had a robust amount of skills. Does Flurry build on maxroll have a video anywhere? I know it's not you, but just wanted to see what it could do. Flurry's pretty straightforward. You kind of just hold down Flurry until stuff dies. But when you talk about if you could see what it can do, can you be more specific, or are you talking about like the kind of content it can do, or like, you know, what do you want to know? I mean, you can play in T4 Flurry, like T4 bloodied, you know, anything except for, I guess, hordes. But that's a lot of builds though. But Flurry's good. Flurry's a good build. Just don't expect Paladin level. U2 cons. Just don't expect anything on road to compete with Paladin, and then, you know, you're fine. The most fun I had was crust build with the Poison Helm Mythic. Oh, and Dario's Barrage. Is that what it was? A Roger Stronghold, nice. Right. And then residual. I would not feel like going down there and salvage. We're just gonna just drop a couple of things. Air boss. Do that. Good insights that you need to get going. Tune in later. Yeah, man, all good. You have a good one. Can a rogue do beat to T7 stuff? The OM push Heartseeker can. But it's not more so about whether it can. I'll put it this way: there are some robos that can do it. It just some will take a lot longer to do than others. So a can is gonna have to be, you know, relative, right? Like and how long are you expecting it to take, kind of sort of thing. But OM Heartseeker has the easiest time for sure, and T7 stuff. But the problem is not the power, but just if, you know, wanting to actually play the build, because it's a very different play style. Like it doesn't play like traditional Heartseeker at all. So a lot of rogue enthusiasts don't play the build. Really wondering if Flurry Helm is... Yes, Flurry Helm is mandatory. It's so much damage. You do not want to not... You don't want to not run with it. But make sure you do follow the guide to make sure you know you learn how to sustain your health and stuff. Because it's kind of difficult to like live and sustain without the proper stuff. Dance of Knives ain't any good at this point. Not regular Dance of Knives. Like Poison Trap Dance of Knives is okay. But like just pure Dance of Knives, like, you know, like where Dance of Knives actually deals damage, no. It's incredibly bad. Epic Rabbits, yeah, Ignition. A-E-Y. Roger, strong room. Come on, Starless. Yeah, I know, right? Quick question, Dad. Does ultra wide give a viewing advantage over 1610 or 9? Yeah. I mean, you can see more left to right, but you see less up and down, if that makes sense. So, yes and no. Like I would see more top to bottom on a regular 16:9, but I would see considerably less side to side on a 16:9 versus a 21:9. All lies is practice mode. Hardcore. Hardcore is practice mode, sir. Let's see if he takes the bait. Real people play softcore. That's where like the pros play. Like the people who like get sponsorships and stuff and play for pro teams and esports, they all play softcore. You ain't know? Nah, man. Woody's just terrible at the game. He's like the worst player I've ever seen. One of the worst players I've ever seen. Like top 5 worst players of all time. Because he plays hardcore. Terrible player. Terrible guy. I'm surprised you didn't know this stuff, man. You're not aware? Obviously. Everybody who plays softcore is like sponsored by Amazon, bro. Like we get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to play softcore. You get paid nothing to do hardcore, man. You should totally see my Bentley outside my house, man. I'm telling you, man. Microsoft was like, brought me. In fact, actually, I got a ship coming in next week just because I play softcore. What company was it that decided? Oh, Meta. It was definitely Meta. Meta decides like, yo, bro, I see you playing softcore, man. You playing the real mode. I need to deliver you this nice yacht. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. That's what happens when you play a real mode like softcore, man. Use a loot filter? Only the softcore players have loot filters. This is what I do when people purposely try to get a reaction by calling whatever mode that you choose to play practice mode. Because they're just trying to get a reaction out of you. Right? Like, oh, you're not playing the real thing. And an action RPG nonetheless, like a casual action RPG game. We're worrying about what mode you play. Right? So I figured this was way more fun. The person who needed to hear it got an ad. The timing. I feel like there's a chance you're making this. I read my hardcore character GF called on the phone. I looked down. Decent beaver. You're back. Oh, you missed it, man. I said, what did I say, chat? Is Moonrise bug right now? I'm doing Heartseeker, but my Moonrise won't go over the minimum roll. That's because you're trying to put it on a 750 item. If you put it on an 800 item, like an ancestral item, it will change the value. It's kind of like it is bugged. Same cons. Always nice seeing you, man. Happy belated birthday. Thanks. Yeah, you were only like, I don't know, 40 days off roughly. But I forgive you. I can boost you even to come over to hardcore. Do you know why I don't play hardcore? I think that's probably more important. I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, so I generally have a bad connection. I have an IP that I don't have a choice but to have because they have a monopoly in my area, and they're constantly unreliable. And it's been that way for the past like 3 or 4 years. Back in D3, I actually used to play a lot of hardcore actually, but I also had a much better ISP at the time, so I didn't really mind. In fact, you can go to my YouTube channel. You can see some of the hardcore videos I have there. But if I was to do hardcore, if I would have did hardcore like the past year or so, like I will have to pay property taxes for the amount of rogues that would have died to disconnects. Like literally the game would like start charging me property taxes. It's like, bro, like, okay, we can't be holding on to all of your dead rogues in the grave, man. Like, look, man, look. It was my ISP again, man. I'm telling you. So it's not that I don't like hardcore. I actually do like hardcore. Did Makuna hate you? Why would he hate you? Is it because you're well known in hardcore? Is that why? Is he hating because he ain't you? Is that what that is? Because of who you are. Okay, well, who are you? Oh, look at that. That hurt. I dashed right into that, though. Google, you alive? So is it like a inside joke thing or inside meme thing? Yeah. If I were to ever like attempt to do hardcore, I wouldn't ask for a power level. I would want to do it the traditional way. He's a dude playing another dude disguised as another dude. I'm lagging quite a bit right now. So is that a minimum that's displayed? So when did they change 750 to only have the lowest? It's a bug with blood-soaked items. It's not like they changed it intentionally. It's just that like if you salvaged a blood-soaked item that had a aspect on it that was a min roll, it stays that way unless you until you imprint on an ancestral item. So they didn't purposely change that to like piss people off, I promise you. It's just simply a bug that I assume will fix this week or next. But by now, most people are probably running around with mostly ancestral gear. So you'll hear less and less complaints over the course of the time frame. The fist combination today, I haven't looked. The Crucible version wasn't working. When you said it wasn't working, like was the aspect itself? Oh, sorry, was the unique affix just like not activating, or? To my knowledge, I haven't seen a fix to it yet. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, I dash into that. Yeah, so yeah, I actually was not aware of that. You're stuck with the 750 item then? I mean, to be honest, what build are you playing? Are you playing OM Heartseeker? I mean, if you're playing like OM Heartseeker, shotgun or like that, then it doesn't matter if it's a 750 item or not. Like legit doesn't matter at all because you're never technically using the dagger for damage. You're just using it for the stats and the affixes or whatever. So 750 or 800, it literally doesn't matter in the long run. Pinshot combo points, yeah. So yeah, same thing. It doesn't matter if it's 750 or 800. Like you're not gonna like notice an actual difference if the aspect value, sorry, if the unique affix value is still the same. There really is no difference. I'm sure you'll find a better one though. It just feels bad. Oh yeah, so that part I do agree with you on. I just don't want you to feel like your character is gimped because of it. But I do understand it does feel bad not having, the best version of that item, I guess. Like, I get it. And no more whispers. But you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to I think I'm gonna just do regular T4 Butcher for a bit. Combo points would be saved season 13 trust. Yeah, no, that's not a damage, really just basic attack speed for a little 4 regen. Yeah, because I guess you wouldn't have the GA on the attack speed. That's fair, yeah. Or Azarath build still good? No, they're not. Nope. Have I looked into Crimson Desert? Not yet. When does it come out? It's this week, right? bow is that? Actually, not a bad sky hunter. But I want a freaking Stirless tomorrow, Thursday. Okay. Alright, so today, Wednesday, I'll make sure to look into it. I knew I was forgetting something today. Like, I had like a checklist of things I wanted to do today. And I knew I was missing something. Yeah, so it's only 3 pounds of flesh to open up the thing. Which is actually not bad. It doesn't even start until I get close enough, it looks like. I heard a couple of max rollers were saying good things about it. King Titan. Then there was one guy who was very like cautious about it. Like, and these are like guys who play like multiple different games and whatnot at like a really high level. So I was actually curious to see what they had to say about it. But it seemed like more people were definitely for it than against it. We have a channel in which we talk about like off-topic games and stuff like that too. Actually, not a bad amount of fresh meat. Gonna be honest with you, Ignition. I kind of do miss the regular combo points. I know not everybody like combo points, and I get it. But I kind of miss the way it used to work. As an option, not like the only way to play Rogue, but as an option that was strong. I actually miss old school combo points. They might want that. 0.5%, I'll take it. I also kind of hope they slow down the gameplay a little bit too. They're probably not going to, but I do think that the damage number, like if they do, like a reel back of damage, that'd be kind of nice. I feel like a lot of skills and stuff can't work with the game being nearly as fast paced as it is for even just regular farming. If everything's, one-shot killing massive amounts of stuff on the screen, then lots of skills aren't going to work. And looking at the Warlock's design, a lot of Warlock skills kind of seem to have setup stuff. where you have to do one thing before you do another, and then kind of combine them with other things or combine them with other stuff. And it's like, in today's pace of the game, like right now, like that those things won't like fare well at all, right? Like no one's gonna want to sit there and like spend all that time trying to, you know, put all those things together while watching their friends, you know, one shot the entire screen for other stuff. Like people aren't gonna want to play a build like that. So I feel like a lot of Warlock's cool stuff may not be used. Just because of gameplay pace. Passes getting removed. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, but you also gotta remember damage is also being added, and you know, you got your set item or your set power stuff now, and you know, amongst some other stuff. So while passes are being removed, I feel like we're gonna get some of that power back through other means. Yeah, I'm just trying regular bosses because I have not seen anything from like bossing like the T4 bosses. So I'm just trying something different. I don't know if they're doing PTR. I haven't heard of PTR happening. Ow. Something tells me they're not. And yes, there will be a lot of bugs everywhere. Everywhere. It's going to be pretty tragic. Infinite scalar bugs happening. I'm gonna spit on it, just jam. Yeah. I do feel like it's gonna be a pretty good time though. Like season 13 is gonna be a good time because you know it's gonna feel fresh. So I think it'll be a good time for a bit. Right out the gate. Lots of discovering, all those kind of stuffs. One of your minions will one-shot you again. One of your minions are going to turn on you. Come on. Wax, what's going on? Oh, I thought he was dead. I was like walking around, I thought he was dead. I just say running rain arrows. But yeah, I don't really have any interest in any of the other builds this season right now on Rogue. Then again, I also wasn't going to play much either this season. Expansion's around the corner, so as in like next month. So I figure I'll play what I like and then wait for the expansion to really like get back into the theory crafting I'm usually used to doing. Because there's nothing new this season for Rogue. We finally changed the Sorc after 11 seasons of Rogue. Yeah, Sorc is kind of stuck with only one good builder. They're like themselves. How you liking Sorc? Playing Hydra. Never tried it. It's fun, even though it's not the strongest. That's the spirit. Love to hear it. Every time I play Sorcerer, I always play like Frozen Orb. Even back before the amulet at the time when it was actually good. Like I usually play for like Frozen Orb when it was bad, like incredibly bad. But it was fun. So I played it anyway. I've always liked Frozen Orb ever since like Diablo 3. So, like it was always my favorite skill on the wizard at the time. So three of those, okay. Can't wait for the expansion. Hope they do some good rework on Rogue with the Bemis especially. We shall see.
Greetings. How shall I guide my hammer?
You know, I haven't checked in a while. How much meat I got? Apparently, you can get a Mythic from the meat vendor. So what we got? Bob's worth. Oh, rings are expensive.
Thank you. Come again.
Oh, that's right. There's no blacksmith here. We're just gambling. I guess what should I be gambling for anyways? I guess a Sky Hunter would be nice. Like a good one for testing purposes. Shouldn't even see this one. 28%. Gotta work. All right, man. You have a good one. Yeah, let him eat, but I don't want to sit here forever. That was the same bad one I had before. Okay. I might as well just go ahead and throw all these away at it. We don't need the Forgotten Souls. I don't know what we got here. Yeah, task feed.
Trim the fat, cat the best.
Oh, I didn't know I could actually sell these. I was thinking you're dropping everything on the ground. I didn't realize I can actually sell them. Yeah, well, that kind of makes things a little easier.
Oh, you're making a killing here. Now that is what I call a
Yeah, a lot easier actually. Make some gold in the meantime.
now that is what I call a prime cow.
Born.
Oh, you're making a killing here. Ooh. Trim the fat, cat the best.
Actually, you know what? I still need. Let's go with helm. Helm was 152. G. Two pants. Assets.
Now that is what I call a prime car. Hope this. Trim the fat, cut the best. Once you see how the sausage is made, yeah, you still want the
Tacits.
Oh, you're making a killing here. Oh, you're making a
So tacits.
Now that is what I call a prime. Trim the fat, cut the best. Oh, I'd give my left kidney for one of those.
30 tacits.
Oh, you're making a killing here.
Bots? No.
Trim the fat, cut the best. What? Now that is what I
It's what the pants you want. They give you the least of course. I'm getting a lot of everything else.
Oh, you're making a killing here. Trim the fat, cut the best.
Sits.
Now that is what I call a one. Trim the fat, cut the best.
Really? I mean, it is bloody, but resource cost reduction now. Yeah.
Oh, you're making a killing here. Now that is what I call a prime car. Now that is what I call a prime. Once you see how the sausage is made, yeah, you still want the sausage, huh?
Once you see how the sausage is made, you still want the sausage. What a comment. I mean, I guess it's the kind of same. It's the same way as it is for like hot dogs or whatever.
Cut the best.
The way hot dogs are made is just
Tasty.
really off-putting. But I'll eat that shit anyway.
You're making a killing here. Oh, you're making a killing here.
Ah.
I'd give my left kidney for one of those. Now that is what I call a prime. What? Trim the fat, cut the best. Hope this meets your expectations.
To be out of meat.
Oh, you're making a killing here.
So many of the eyes in the dark. And deaths.
Trim the fat, cut the best. Ooh,
I'm like,
your expectations? You're making a killing. What? Trim the fat, cut the best. You're
Bad. Meat's almost gone. Is Rogue nice this season? Depends on what your version of nice is. I mean, it's not Paladin. So, that's usually the comparison.
Now that is what I call a prime card. What? Now that is what I call.
I mean, mine is not Paladin. I mean, like, Paladin is like far beyond what Rogue can do. And Rogue's absolute strongest build is not really a lot of fun to play. But the second, third, and fourth strongest builds are still a lot of fun to play. Even if it's not, you know, doesn't dominate content like the others do. Dominate as in like one-shot everything. Like I definitely don't one-shot T4 bosses on Rain, but I don't take forever to kill them either. It's kind of like a nice happy medium, to be honest. Can you clear T7 content? I mean, that's basically Paladin level stuff, right? And clear is also like relative, right? Like I think every class can technically clear T7 content. How long it takes is the debatable part, right? A Paladin can do it rather quickly, like T4, like T7 bosses rather quickly. Rogue might take like 7 to 10 minutes or whatever to do it on this best, strongest build. And most classes are kind of in the same boat too as well. Yeah, if you're trying to do T7 content easily, Paladin's really your only choice. Because T7, the way that T7 scales is like not the way that it was intended. So it's scaling far beyond what it's supposed to scale. Which is why like basically every other class has a problem in tackling that efficiently. I'm just still trying to get my let's throw this, guys. This layout looks way different than what I'm used to. Yeah, I don't recall seeing this layout before. Could be wrong. You should run a Mythic princess. If only I have one. World boss 5 minutes. Okay. Sag, no luck. Welp. Boss 3. I guess I do. Player a boss or two. Wait, I got a lot of boiler. I hate opening this key too as well, because like sometimes when you open a key, you have to like it won't take you directly go up on the map. You have to know where that's at. Ancient seat. You have to know Azir. And click on the darkened way. Butcher, go away. $57 for World Boss. Circumference. I like that. That name. Ability you like to give up from Rogue, or what's the path, the right path for Rogue to be changed? You want Rogue to be strong? I mean, well, some of the expansion comes out next month, so it's kind of hard to like I have to kind of see where they go with the system changes and stuff before I can like truly really comment. But I do think it's just balance, right? New class comes out, DLC or whatever, and the only way that people feel strong is if they're strong relative to other classes, right? So if there's one class that's like way stronger than the other classes, then the other classes are going to be considered quote unquote weak, if that makes sense. All right, so just expect season 13 and possibly season 14 of Warlock being by far the strongest class, with Paladin kind of being the second strongest class, and all the other classes are, you know, doesn't really, you know, compare to those two. That's my assumption. Doesn't even need to be that way. People will buy that expansion for the cube and shit. Well, yeah. But you know, corporate suits, executives. A lot of people do buy expansion for the new class, usually. Like the new classes, or new classes are a huge appeal for expansions. Power and variety. True, but you also got to remember people like things being very simplistic. You know, if you can see a new class doing crazy stuff, like it's easy to understand that. But like if you tell people about the intricacies of the cube and all that other stuff like that, like that's a lot harder of a sell to them. Like, you know, they have to kind of see that in action. Like in the grand scheme of things, whereas a new class, all they have to see is new class dealing quadrillions of damage, and they're like, "Oh, I'm buying it." Like it's a much easier sell than, you know, system redesign and all that kind of stuff. I get what you're saying though. Like, I mean, there will be people that will get it for some of the other things, but the strongest appeal has always been new shiny class. And companies know that. So that is why there's a lot of emphasis on, you know, new class being strong. Yeah, don't work on me. I'm gonna say, yeah, same here. Like nothing's gonna make me like buy a class I don't, or buy a class or play a class I don't want to play, or that, or our archetype I don't want to play. Like Paladin looks really cool. Don't get me, like Paladin is cool, whatever like that. But it's not an archetype that I enjoy. So, like, there's nothing that they can do to make Paladin more appealing to me, right? But I know that like I'm an exception, not the rule, right? Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm kind of like, I'm gonna say I'm stuck, but like the reality is I really need Starless before I can do any small experimentation, I guess. You know, past that point, I have little else to do.
Yarbo raided my stream with 50 views.
Yo, Dark Side, we just got raided, son. You know how we do. Drop my new beat for these new viewers. Sheezy out.
Appreciate the raid in. Sorry, the emotes did kind of look like Mordecai for a little bit. Know who that is. Nice looking emote though. Appreciate the raid in. I'm not really doing much other than like trying to get my Sterless guys. Have I tried Paladin? No. But like there are some archetypes you know that you'll like basically by just seeing it. And like Paladin in any shape or form, D2, like D3 Crusader didn't interest me. D2 Paladin didn't really play much D2, but even looking at the archetype there, I was never really interested in it. But PoE doesn't have this problem. Well, that's because they have a different monetization model though. Like they're free to play with lots of different types of monetization there. So that's a little different. Had to pay respect. Did your Heartseeker? Oh, what's up? Oh, to start the season, it was fun. So I had to try out Paladin. Only do a way to open. Yeah, we were just talking about like that in general. Like new classes are gonna always be, you know, overly tuned on purpose at the start for sales, and Warlock will be the same case. So just expect season 13 for that to also happen. But on the Warlock side, so Warlock will probably be a little stronger than Paladin to get people to kind of swap over naturally. Yeah, Paladin's ridiculous, man. But hopefully, the, you know, expansion will bring about like a closer range of balance. But but again, like I said, expect the Warlock to be overtuned, obviously, at the start. Spiritborn was, Paladin was, / is. Yeah, so the expansion's right. Yep, that's all the executives care about. Balance be damned, right? I expect like maybe season 15, you know, we might have like better class balance across the board at that point after enough expansions have been sold. And the executives are just like, all right, you can reel it in now. It'd be kind of interesting though. Like, I don't know if Heartseeker will. I think. Well, actually, I do think Heartseeker will probably still exist as a build. I was looking at like some of the photos or like that of like the live stream and like some of the set bonuses, and like one of them had like set bonuses like 2 basic attacks specifically. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right. It's like Heartseeker probably will still be a thing in some capacity in the future. That's bad. That's so bad. Stronghold's at 50 for new players starting at level 1. Yeah, you can. Although I will say that if you can keep a pretty decent kill streak quite often in Helltide and stuff, you can kind of skip strongholds and be fine if you just want to continue doing the kill streaks. That is if you can if you can keep up your kill streaks. Come on, Avenger. Actually, I should do some Bilal instead. %. Let's go to Bilal. Curio are sure. Phoenix. What's up, dude? Rain has always been really good on Bilal. Like the amount of ticks I get per like wave is insane. Actually, what is Duriel's reward? Sorry. Do I have a decent GA temerity? I don't ever keep temerities really. I mean, if I come across one, sure, but like I have not kept any this season. Cause it's just one of those things I just never use. You're kind of unlucky with your uniques. Dude. Here's actually I really want it. whoops. Whoopsies. Maybe me being bad. Yeah, but either no G or the rose bad. %. Well, offense was a huge D3 level, and he really is disappointing in D4 so far. Do you think the changes for next season will make the game a lot better for someone like him? Honestly, probably not. I won't say a lot better. I think it might be more intriguing, but those who like D3 still, like who prefer D3 still, probably kind of really enjoys the progression of like the Paragon grind gives. Something that is, obviously is not the same in D4. Like the Paragon grind in D4 is way different than it is in D3 in terms of like what you get out of it. So like, I don't know. I don't think the expansion is going, like if he doesn't like the game now, like in the current state, I don't think the expansion is going to really change that much. It won't go from being, oh, I didn't like it at all whatsoever, to like, oh, I really like it now. Like the expansion isn't going to do that. It might help somebody who's on the fence, where it's kind of like, the game is alright, but it's missing some things, for sure. But because also, like, it also, oh, this is actually good. I'll take those pants. Light upgrade. I'll say more than a slight upgrade. He says and the Squire stuff is necessary, so maybe there's hope. Well, there won't be set pieces. Well, we will have set. Well, we'll have set pieces, but they won't take place of our gear, which is, I think, is a much better solution than how Diablo 3 did it, to be honest, because I did not like set pieces in Diablo 3. Or I didn't like the 6-piece sets. The 3-piece sets were fine, but the 6-piece sets that took up like your entire, like half of your space of your gear, just didn't really leave you much room for creative exploration or anything. It's basically like Blizzard kind of telling you how to play. Chaos Armor. I like Chaos Armor too, actually. I did like that season. Madden did appreciate the follow. I agree with the Chaos Armor. I don't know if it's, you know, like, I feel like it should come back, but maybe not like every, like, you know, all the armor slots or whatever. I do feel like, I strongly feel more so the whole like one Chaos Armor and one Mythic. Like, you can only wear one of each. But the Mythics get buffed by like maybe 50%. Like the Mythic needs to feel like a Mythic, like really, really strong when you finally find one. Not just like you know, a little bit better than what you could get. But you can only wear one of them, so you have to make a choice which Mythic you want to wear for your build, or which is the most important for your build. Chaos Armor, same way. Because then those would be items that like you like seek for, you know, seek after, and they're rare, but they make a difference when you actually get them. D3 has many years of development, and D4 is still early days for D4. I wouldn't consider that D4 is still in its early days, and not anymore. In about a couple of months, the game it will be on its 3-year anniversary, right? So I do get what you're saying, but I do think that like I said, there's a lot riding on the next expansion. I'll put it that way. They're gonna have to get the next expansion right. I keep always moving away when I'm like upgrading. To his stats. I kind of want to do the task speed or maximum. Let's see if that works. Right now, 11.5. Now I can actually use my other peaceful abilities because I have 33, 28. Yep. Although I would have loved to have the percent, whatchamacallit though, but can't get everything you want. So I video from Rudy where he says, don't run pit 100 because it'll change your sigils. Is that fixed? Not yet. Not yet. I can't. There it is. Okay. That gives me two bloody items I can actually kind of roll with for now. And I still keep my whatchamacallit. So, slight upgrade. Yeah, only reason why, yeah, so that it's most only reason why I haven't done the 100 yet either. I was trying to do the 100 so I can level up my glyphs a little easier. But I'm glad I didn't pull the trigger on that. Didn't want to brick my character. Text. 4GA shard. This is the second 4GA shard I found this season. Almost never find shards that good. It's only when I'm not bothering to play with shard do I actually find them. That's how it works, of course. Yeah, just switch back to Heartseeker real quick, then you'll try random stuff. I know, right? The game knows what you want. And then the game will give you things that you used to want. I'm not gonna fill the buff of the pants until do like a pit or Infernal Horde or something. Glass. That's fine. That's Belial I got. I got an armor rune. How many armor runes do I actually have? 2, right? Yeah, just 2. You're ready to die, sorry. So let's talk. Alright. Guys' attack speed feels tier by tier now. The kill streaks should be a pretty massive difference in the later tiers. That hurt. Yep, okay. Oh, I didn't see the thing. if it was enough to make me like want to go wear a crossbow. Wear a bow now. Do I play on playing other builds and random builds this season? Probably not. It's because I already know how they all play. Because nothing has changed from last season to this season. There's like nothing really to experiment with. Enduros is really bad. So X-Falls is really bad. So I think I'm gonna just kind of save my energy for the expansion. I've done I was doing Heartseeker earlier, like on day 1. Okay, yeah. I deserved that. I thought I was in between. It wasn't gonna hit me, but I deserved that. I do want to do the two-hander though. I think I'll pull one out of my stash and see how I feel about it. Two-hand crossbow, I mean. Oof, that actually hurt. Take a time. Anything why my combo point pinch shot is that bad? I think I love the kind of play style, but single target is just bad. No DPS. Actually, wait a minute. My gear's broken. That's probably what it is. But I can't get out though. I gotta die. You know what? Actually, we'll do it. We'll do it with broken gear. Yeah, it's not. I mean, pinch shot itself is just not like. Just needs a lot of help. Like pinch shot, barrage, those kind of things. Like they just need a lot of help in general. All right, now I can repair. My gear is broken. But yeah, pinch shot, barrage, rapid fire is kind of okay, but extremely clunky. There's just a lot of like Twisting Blaze is kind of in the same boat too as well. I guess that those core skills just need a lot of help, and it's not just rogue. Other class core skills or whatever kind of run into similar issues. So it's like it just kind of is what it is. Not enough damage, not enough multipliers. Pinch shot has always been bad single target though. Like that part is nothing new. Alright. Let me get a crossbow. Actually, did I get rid of all the good crossbows? Alright, because I didn't think I was gonna use one this season. Got this one, but Mewnfare Harbor. Yeah, Pin is just in a bad state right now in general. It actually, so Pin shot has kind of been outside of maybe 1 or 2 seasons, it's been kind of like in the awkward spot. And the only thing that's helped Pinch Shot has been like things like Azarath, like proc stuff. Azarath and like old school or I'll say mid school Victimize when there's a lot of double dipping happening there with Victimize. Like those are the only times where Pinch Shot was good. So Pinch Shot itself as a skill has really ever been strong, but it's done really well being able to proc other stuff at times, which is what made Pinch Shot viable sometimes. But yeah, hopefully the expansion kind of gives us some you know, but we'll see. Yeah, Barrage has been in a similar place too for a while. Do I have Zen? I have Cax. Additional Cax. I'll have to get rid of the runes. I do. Okay, I guess I could try this without having to switch many things. Alright, let's do this for real. Oh, what? Got frozen even with concealment? Okay, so I can't go two-hander as long as I kind of have that bloody affix. And it doesn't feel too slow. Two-hand crossbow, that is. My movement isn't too bad, so. Actually making pretty decent time on a 95. So where's we're gonna mobs to kill. That's would be pull pack up DT nuke with come up point pin shot, so satisfying. No, you can do that with Godslayer's crown though. You don't need Dev Trap to pull anymore. You can just wear Godslayer's crown and you can pull literally everything. The update to Gothlea's Crown is actually really, really nice. It's when the random arrows become more spammy than DT. It's not more spammy than DT. DT, you can just literally just cast Death Trap. With random arrows, I still gotta do barrage in between to reset my cooldown. So it's not more spammy than DT. Although I guess it could look that way. Yeah. I wish I could just cast Rain and that's it. Like DT. That's kind of strange though, because like Rain of Arrows is technically stronger than Death Trap, but Death Trap can spam like 7 to 8 times a second. Making Death Trap definitely a faster build for sure. Is that essentially all you're doing is random rails, barrage with the occasional dash? Yeah, pretty much. I throw concealment in there too as well. But mainly it is, yeah, barrage, rain with the occasional dash in between for movement. I hate those things. Whoops. They're gonna have appreciate the follow. Slither again. It's like it's gonna hurt your fingers after a while. This build. I mean, it is buttons. Yeah, you do definitely press buttons, but I'm kind of used to it, considering the games I used to play. And I'm also a percussionist, so like I'm constantly using my wrist, banging on surfaces that are that are made out of Kevlar. So this is not much compared to that, but yeah, it is quite a bit. It can be quite a bit of buttons, but most of it really, if you think about it, it's me holding down the buttons. Really, like I'm kind of holding down barrage and raining, just holding it down. And then of course the occasional dash in between that. So it's not as many presses of buttons as it might seem, but it is more buttons than like other builds, like anything on the paladin or anything like that. A drummer, yeah, I'm a percussionist. I actually went to school for that, and I teach that for a living at a high school. I'm not sure how familiar you are with like DCI and WGI and like that kind of stuff. I was more into the marching arts than anything. So I guess now that I have actually, let's do the regular bow. Let's go back to the regular bow again. Oh, I also play for Panthers Percussion Drumline, the NFL drumline thing, for a bit. Playing bands on that grade and just play set. For a marching band, I don't like not having a drum set player, especially for indoor percussion. Like it allows me to write things in, for drumline that I normally can't do. Because then I can have the drum set cover some things while I can have the drumline play more intricate things when the drum set player is around. Now he said now drum is all you do. I started up with trumpet though. Long story about how I got the percussion. I'll tell that at some other time for those who I haven't told it to. I told the story like several times before throughout the course of 5 years or whatever, but it's always like maybe once a year that I tell the story. But yeah. CC me, really? Is he still CC me? Yeah. I kind of prefer the two-hand crossbow, man. Like I was getting some big hits. I'm a bit more nimble with the two-hand bow, but the two-hand crossbow felt like just hit really hard relative. There's gotta be like one more pack somewhere. Basket. An accident. I'm still keeping the kill streak up though. Everyone's running across. It's gotta be around here. That was enough. Okay. I think I have one tribute. I'm gonna pull and pray for a mythic of some sort. Hopefully Starless. When did the season come out? Last Wednesday. Yeah. I mean, this season's kind of like a filler season. Like it's not terrible. I mean, it's decent for the time frame the season's gonna last. Like, I mean, I think it's okay for that. Like if this was like a full season, like a full 3.5 month or a season, I'd be pretty upset. But for like, you know, for what it is, I think it's okay. But I won't be playing for too long. Just because I'm gonna be saving myself for the amount of hours I'm gonna have to spend with the expansion and stuff. Wow, that was quick. Is the armor skin you're wearing was cool? Honestly, I don't remember. I think it might have been something I forgot from the shop. Rarely do I ever like buy skins, but some skins are actually kind of good looking. Too many games, not enough ads. Also very true. Yeah. Generally speaking, I feel like if you played the past 2 seasons, I'd pretty much recommend like skipping this one and just waiting for the expansion. Now, if you haven't really played like the game in like 2 years or something, then for sure, you know, get the expansion, play some Paladin, you know, that kind of stuff. But I feel like if you've been playing most of the seasons and you play the last 2 seasons, which were really good seasons, then like it's just worth kind of just playing other games, catch up on your backlog of other games, and then wait for the expansion to come out. last time it was super active. Those probably Wish Tides. Yo, man, season 6, 7, 8, and 9 were pretty lackluster seasons, man. That's about to run out of time. Not paying attention, I might have to run out of time. I don't know. I'm good, actually. Barely. Touch of death. And then Blizzard killed it. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about Touch of Death Spiritborn since literally that first season that came out. Huh, okay, I got a Doombringer. I guess I'll salvage the Doombringer and see if I can get some Bach runes later. Not Bach runes, Om runes, so I can craft Starless freaking myself. Since I can't get it to drop. I wonder how much Om runes go for anyways nowadays. I have 2. I need 6? So 4 more. I'm scared to actually like craft the unique, the mythic because I've not been getting mythics to drop pretty much almost at all. I kind of just want to just leave it, leave it as it is, and try to just craft freaking Starless myself. Yeah. Actually, I don't even have enough. I'm still missing the Zeke rune. Oh, I got enough. Just got it. Alright, guys. Well, I just said it's gonna be a short stream because I got a busy day tomorrow. Seeing reverse aging. Well, I kind of messed up my shaping up the stash, so I had to kind of shave it all off and just start over. You know how that happens, right? Where you just kind of, take just a little too much off, and it's like, oh, that just doesn't look good. Oh, it looks bad. And then yeah, you just have to cut it all off and start all over again. Trying to figure out who to go to. We can go to Mercatus. I haven't been to him in a while. When that happens, yeah. It doesn't happen too often to me though, but yeah, it sucks though. That's a nightmare. I'm boa at just 25 and my beard is gone. Nah, I mean it doesn't look too bad though. Like, but I do look way younger with the. I already look young as it is, but like with like now, I probably look like I'm in my early 20s. Right, like I could probably pass for like a college student, like 21 ish. So, but anyhow, appreciate you guys chilling out with me. I will be back on maybe not tomorrow, but definitely on Thursday if you don't see me Wednesday. Your feet of hand don't age. Yeah, so if I don't see you on Wednesday night, I'll see you out Thursday night. With that being said, enjoy Mercatus. And as always, till next time.